The Colosseum wasn't made just for fights and beheadings. This massive theater was used for many events, including naval battles, which I'll be getting into later in this video. Hi, my name's Ethan, and I bring you guys actually interesting history facts that we can learn about today. Make sure you watch all these points because personally, I think number 3 and 5 are just freaking crazy. All right, let's get into the first point. The first thing you may already know about is the use of hidden trapdoors. These trapdoors usually brought out exotic animals, and they would be used into surprising contestants and catching them off guard. These animals including lions, tigers, hippos, bears, and other deadly animals from around the world. It was said that they took at least 8 men to wrangle the animals onto the platform. Once secured, these animals will rise up and going onto the main stage. These animals will be mainly used for opening events called venatio, also meaning wild beast hunt. Sometimes they would have the animals fight against each other, or they would have a human versus animal event. Or ventadores, who were highly trained animal hunters that would dispatch the beasts, equipped with light body armor and a long spear. Like imagine if we did that stuff today, I think that'd be pretty animalistic. No, but seriously, like imagine you're watching like the Super Bowl. Mahomes is running down the field, and all of a sudden, a trapdoor opens up and a freaking hippopotamus starts chasing him. And then both teams like get nets and spears and try to freaking kill this animal. I'm just saying, if that happened, a lot more people will watch the NFL. If you think that that should happen, go ahead and subscribe. My subscriber count is actually a petition to incorporate animals into the NFL, so feel free to sign up if you want. Anyways, let's move on to the second craziest thing that happened in the Colosseum, which were women gladiators. Yes, believe it or not, women actually fought in the Colosseum as well. These fighters were called gladiatrixes. Kind of reminds you of something else, huh? And believe it or not, these women weren't actually slaves forced into the fights, but they were almost all volunteers. They wanted to imitate men, giving the social standards set back then. The Roman Senate actually passed laws in 11 and 19 AD, which prohibited women in the middle and upper classes to fight in gladiator battles. But that didn't really matter because they did it anyways for like 200 more years. So I guess screw you, Senate. We want to fight if we want to. I'm just saying I don't care about your laws. I'm still gonna want to beat up Raquisha. She stole 5 of my breads. Anyways, crazy thing number 3 that happened were naval battles. Yeah, you heard me. Naval battles. The Romans would flood the entire arena and have ships with hundreds of people on them wage war against each other. These were usually for naval battle reenactments, but the battles lasted until there was only one faction remaining. Now, it's still a mystery on how they flooded the arena. Some people say that they used aqueducts that were like lowered into the arena from the top. Other people think that they were like trapdoors incorporated into the walls, and water was able to go into and out of the arena. But either way, it was still a lot of water. They had to put in 4 million gallons of water, and this only took like 7 hours to fill. But even then, the water was only like 5 feet deep, so people were able to stay alive. Or did they? Apparently not all the time. You see, in 86 AD, a huge naval battle was happening that day. Also, a huge thunderstorm was happening that day. This led to water flooding the arena even higher, and the violent winds would swing boats in every direction. And in that battle, all the contestants end up dying, including some of the spectators. Yeah. What? Imagine you're with your family and just relaxing on a Sunday afternoon, just trying to see a peaceful naval battle reenactment. And then by the end of it, you all end up drowning. Like what? Well, after that happened, they realized that maybe they shouldn't have these events anymore. Right? No, instead they doubled down. Julius Caesar actually ordered to excavate an entire lake next door so they could have bigger naval battles. The fourth crazy thing that happened were dwarf fights. These dwarves were imported from across the world and was usually a part of events that were non-life threatening because these people were hard to replace. So these fights would usually be for comic relief. The crowds would laugh at the whole thing, making fun of the fact that they're dwarves trying to box each other. The point of these events were A, comic relief, and B, showcasing the foreign oddities collected from the empire. And this form of entertainment was pretty popular around the world as well. For example, in England, King Henry II had a dwarf jester just hanging around, and his whole purpose in life was to fart on Christmas Day. That's it. Like, how do you even train for that occupation? Just have some Christmas Eve Taco Bell, Yeah, there are some weird things in history. The fifth and final event that I want to go over is Priscus versus Verus. This battle was one of the craziest showdowns that happened in the Colosseum. You see, Priscus and Verus were both gladiators with pretty big fan bases, so this was like a main title card event right here. They're both slaves, and the winner would earn their freedom. The loser, however, has to die. So you can imagine with these high stakes, the hype was pretty real. These two giant gladiators fighting and only one surviving. Now let me tell you guys the craziest thing that I haven't told you up until this point, but these fighters were in love with each other. They were gay for each other, and they had to end up killing each other. Yeah, that's pretty sad, to be honest. But they're gay. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, they fought and they fought. They both exchanged blows until they couldn't blow any longer, until they couldn't fight any longer. In the end, they yielded at the exact same time. You see, a gladiator can yield by raising a finger up. It's like a form of tapping out. Because this yield happened at the exact same time, nobody really knew what was gonna happen next. So the emperor at the time, Titus, had to think of something pretty quick. And what happened in the end was Titus actually gave both of them freedom, since he thought that they fought very valiantly and with courage. So they were both given a wooden sword called a rudis, not a wooden staff like the Smithsonian said it was, because the Smithsonian YouTube channel made a video about this or something, and they got a lot of facts wrong about it.
And decided to present you both with these wooden staffs.
A rudis was a symbol of freedom and a symbol of their retirement, the wooden material symbolizing that they may never have to pick up a metal sword again. Now, some people think that this fight was staged, but tell me what you guys think. Let me know down in the comments if this is too cliche or too probable, but still a pretty cool story, gotta be honest. If you guys like this video, feel free to subscribe down below. If you'd like to know more crazy things about history, check out my other videos on my channel. Anyways, it's Ethan, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.